How y'all doing? I appreciate you all for the opportunity. I definitely, you know, make it short and sweet. My name is Price, Government Larry Lee Jacks Jr. I've been blessed to be a part of the music industry since I was 17 years old. I got my first deal at 17. In the beginning of the streaming era, before it was even a thing, um, with a big, massive hit called "Teach Me How to Jerk" with one of my best friends. Since then, I was been blessed to just work with lots of different artists and people in the industry, from Mariah to Brandy to Travis Scott to Wyclef Jean. Too many to name. It's been an incredible experience. Um, but it's also taught me a lot of different things, just about business, about being an American African in this country, being an American African in business. It's taught me a lot of different things, and um, a few things that I learned, and I just wanted to speak about. I'm from the Inland Empire, which is an hour east of LA, for those that don't know. I'm in California, and I've literally lived almost every city out here in the IE. Um, but I was exposed to reparations and racism early. I mean, from 5, 6, 7 years old. Um, on my street, my grandmother lived on Evans in Banning, California. We lived directly next door to a family that were a part of the KKK, a full-fledged, authentic, racist family. Since I was a child, I grew up next door to them, fighting them, all those experiences. And then 2 streets over was the Morongo Indian Reservation, which we could walk to the reservation. It was walking distance to my grandmother's house. I'm 31 years old now, and I've never been on the reservation, still to this day. The reservation was blocked off by a border, like almost like border patrol, a little border, couple guards, and unless you had an Indian reservation pass, you were not getting on that reservation. I said that I spoke on that because we went to school with these children. We went to middle school with these children, so we got to experience the total difference in lifestyle that they got to experience. Good and bad, right? And so, but for me, it was important because I always used to just think like, dang, it's just small things like being 13 and kids are at school with $1,000, or they're getting limos to school, different. Just we got to experience a lot of wild things, and then all of them had the luxury of knowing, hey, when I turn 18 and graduate high school, all I gotta do is graduate, and I got $13,000 coming to me bare minimum. And I always used to just think that was so strange. I was always just mind blown by that, and and I used to wonder, like, well, our people were killed too. Why don't we get anything? This is, my childish thoughts. But it was just like I got to be exposed to the benefits of reparations and it being a real thing early. So, saying that, just fast forward now because I don't want to, take up too much time. My family, we moved. I love one of the speakers who went so deep on her history. She crushed it with her family history in the slides. She did so amazing. Um, I like to draw back to about 2 generations within my family, which started in the Bay Area, San Francisco. My family, my grandmother, my aunties, my uncles, they all were a part of the Jim Jones experience. They were all in the churches. I have cousins and uncles that have nothing bad to say about Jim Jones because they do not know the man that went to Jonestown and murdered all the people that he did. One of my aunties and one of my newborn baby cousins died in that massacre as well, which inspired me to do what the Queen Erica spoke about, which was get into storytelling. I couldn't agree more with the power of storytelling. It inspired me to write a book and create a book series called Generational Cures. As you can see on the cover, it spells curses, but one of the S's is crossed out. And it's Generational Cures. I'm the first in the series, Lil Larry, but the purpose of this book is to immortalize my family, tell all the different stories of my family members, create financial legacies, build, residual income for my family members that never would have ever think that their stories would have been told. I have family members that became schizophrenic after the massacre. I got family members that became drug addicts, drug dealers, et cetera, et cetera. So my mission, and just briefly, I'm very passionate about legacy. I'm very, very passionate about Black ownership. I'm very passionate about residual income. I'm very passionate about owning shit. Excuse my language, but I'm not here to be all playing games and be all sweet. Own you something. I know we're going to get reparations. This is not something that we're sitting here with 150 participants in a fairy tale world about. This is 1,000,000% going to happen. And the key that I believe is very important right now is financial literacy and building that as much as possible within our communities. I'm very passionate about that in the music industry. I'm very passionate about spreading the awareness of reparations in the music industry. You'd be surprised how many American Africans in the industry don't realize what they have coming to them, and what they should be fighting for, what they should be spreading awareness for, even within our industry. So many American Africans that are millionaires, that can, really help push the agenda, and they just don't know. They really don't, because it seems like a fairy tale. They weren't exposed to what I got to see as a child and see is a reality. Like, no, this isn't a fake thing. People are getting scary amounts of money monthly to do nothing but be who they are based on what, the massacres and the just scary things that happen to their people in this country, and our people experienced 100 times worse. So I don't want to take up too much time. My name is Price. I love all my people. I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Camila, for this experience. Thank you for inviting me. I'm just blessed to be hearing all of you all's takes and positions, and I'm here, and I look forward to learning more, becoming more involved in the movement and anything that I can do. And I thank you all for the time.